You did 150 national commercials.
Yep.
The one currently is the.
I got a couple. So I got a Ross commercial right now. It's Ross, like Dress for Less, kind of like a Marshalls.
Oh, yeah.
TJ
Yeah.
Maxx, something like that.
We got that on board, man.
Yeah, we have one here
So
now.
I got a Ross joint that's running. GMC, thank God for that commercial. Man, it's been running for 2 years. It was a Super Bowl spot. It ran through the NBA Finals. It ran through the Winter Olympics. It was a Super Bowl spot.
like
that's the one I'm like, yeah, we win.
Yeah.
That one is crazy.
So every time, not to be in your business, but
Get out my pockets, Art.
yeah, out my pocket.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask. Is it residuals?
She can't knock the.
That was a little loud. Can't Knock the Pod, episode 160.
What?
Give it to us.
We're not 160.
Where is it?
Is we?
Yes,
We're
we're
at 160.
160.
Give it
thought
to
we
us
was
in
at
Spanish.
170.
Spanish.
Who, me? Oh, no, it's slow.
Either or.
You better off asking Quila.
She don't got it. She was cheating before when she was doing it anyway. So I know.
Is it 60?
That's terrible. That's horrible.
160.
Mm-hmm. There we go.
I don't know. 160. 160. There you go.
I know that one.
Perfect.
Not true.
Not true.
Can't Knock the Pod, episode 160.
Yes.
We have a special episode today. I'm very, very excited about this episode.
Yeah.
We got some friends, family here on the episode today. You have me, your host, Art Ward, and today, next to me, I got from Youngstown, but a Cali resident,
Yeah.
Josh Triplett
Yes,
in the
sir.
building.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
I'm going to go straight to your daughter. Across from us, we have little Triplett. Josh's daughter, Jaidyn Triplett, joining us today. Also, we have, next to Josh, we have DJ Chet Banks.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Across from me, we got Lisette Alina.
Yeah.
And next to Seth, we have Miss Shaq Renee.
Septo.
What's up, Cuddy?
Okay.
That's Issa Rae voice, man. She stole that joint.
Yeah. I like that.
That's Ursula. She said, let me get that.
On the boards, we got Miss Mara Denise Yo Crash in the building.
Yes.
That's a lot of people. Let's give a round of applause. We got the whole gang in here today. So,
Yeah.
if you've been following the show, which I know everybody listening has, I've interviewed Josh once before. We did it via phone, via like a FaceTime situation. And, that's really not something I like. You guys know that. Like, I don't really like doing that, but I wanted to do Josh. So I'm so happy that we got you in studio.
Look, we made it work,
time.
man.
Yes.
You know
we
what I'm
made it
saying?
work.
We made it work.
But look, we said we about to re-up. Well, we
Yeah,
said we about to
it's
re-up.
re-up.
Take two.
Yeah.
It's take two. So I'm glad that we got you and your daughter.
Yeah.
We got two movie stars.
Yep. Two movie
Two
stars.
movie stars in the building today. So glad to see that. Chip, Seth, how you guys doing, everybody?
I'm doing
How's
good.
the whole gang doing?
I'm doing good.
Doing
Good. I'm glad we can surprise you with this. I know. See, you don't know, but this has been on his list to do.
Yeah.
He has a secret list of people that he wants to interview, and so when you hit us and made it work with all your staff and everything, it was like,
That's
all right, I'm gonna tell him because you hit me like. And then it was like I didn't hear nothing. I'm like, okay, I wonder, is it happening?
Yeah.
Like, is it happening where we don't get the quick text back?
Throw it out there because we're going to Miami tomorrow. We got to fly out, but if we were going to Miami, we would have extra day.
Yeah.
If we weren't going to Miami, we had to go back to LA.
Okay.
So that's why. But Miami worked out, so Youngstown worked out. We had to come. Sure.
Hey, it's a blessing.
Oh yeah,
It's a blessing.
You're a superstar, man.
I don't think he knows it.
I don't think you know
Basically.
this.
I don't know if you know.
I don't know if you know this, but to us here, you are a superstar.
Appreciate you, man.
So, we got some good questions we got to ask. I got questions. It's the first time we ever had this many people on an episode as well. Marv, if you could just shoot all the camera angles for the people. So if you've been following us and watching our show, y'all seeing some different angles. It's still a work in progress.
Shout out to Lucas getting it together.
Yeah,
Y'all
shout
made it
out
work.
Yeah, we made it work. We made it work quick too, because normally, you know, it's a process. So. I just want to commend you guys for, you know.
See, I like being a part of history. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
You are.
Hey, look at us.
Yeah.
Art and friends.
So, I just want to get a rundown. You're from here, but you moved out to New York first,
Yeah.
and then how long you just stay in New York?
I was in New York for 5 years.
So, at what year did you leave Youngstown?
2005. So I graduated from the Rand High School.
I don't think we got any
the
Rand.
Rand Tigers.
Here we go.
You know what I'm
There's
saying?
no Rand people in there.
Graduated and you know what I'm saying? It's
no
cool.
Tigers.
It's cool.
We got it's a lot of Cowboys in this.
A lot of
though.
Cowboys.
Cheney Cowboys. Y'all was cool though. Cheney was always cool with me. Y'all had a good football program.
They had a good football program.
But yeah, so I moved out there in 2005. I lived in New York for 5 years. Met my wife out there. Did some off Broadway
Shout
and stuff like
Shout
that.
out to the wife.
Yes.
She's always off camera.
Off camera,
Man, she is working
but
though.
always working. Like working. I love
the
that. I love
makeup
that.
artist.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Goodness gracious, girl.
I always say she's like the brains behind the operation. I execute it.
Okay.
But everything I do, I'm like, all right, is this right? And she's like, all right, no. I'm like, dang. I always hate when she say no because that means I got more work. But, so I do all the work, but she's the brains behind it.
That's dope.
Which is really cool. She's the backbone. But yeah, I met her out there. As soon as she got pregnant, I was like, we got to get out of New York. So we came back to Youngstown. Which was dope because we were out here for 2 years and Jaidyn got to be with my dad and stuff. It was really cool.
Kudos.
We did music. And
Kudos to your wife for staying with you when you brought her from New York.
Bro, I knew she was the one. I knew she was the one. Bro,
What part of New York were you?
she's from the Bronx.
Oh, so this ain't that bad.
No.
This is kind of like the Bronx.
She was used to it.
She was used to it.
But
You're
I mean,
family from the Bronx, right?
BX.
oh, you from the BX too? Okay.
That's where I was born.
She from
That's
DC.
dope.
But
Yeah.
I'm from
So
Youngstown.
I just knew. I was like, yo, you the one. She ain't even blink an eye. She was like, all right, we gonna all right, whatever. So
Until she got here.
till she got here.
Whoa.
If you're not, I do want to. So, if you're not familiar with Josh, I know if you're watching this, you're like, hey, I think I've seen that guy.
I know
before.
that guy.
I've seen that guy before. I want you to give a rundown on some of the things that, as far as like the publications.
Yeah,
You know, like
so I moved out there in 2013. So I've been out there for 10 years, but I've done over 150 national commercials in that amount of time.
Do you have a favorite?
150. You know what? I think my favorite one is actually a Samsung commercial that me and Jaidyn did together. Okay, that was really dope. We worked with Linus Sandgren, who was he was a DP for La La Land, the movie La La Land.
Oh, okay.
So he was a videographer, and he put all that together. And the director of that was Tom Hooper, and they were both Academy Award winning directors, and we got to work with them on that. And what made it special is we were in Times Square on a billboard. Our commercial was running.
Oh, that's
and
dope.
it was dope because it was like me and my daughter on, where the ball drops in Times Square.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
dope.
And I used to work out there, always looking at that same billboard, like, yo, one day I'm gonna be on that billboard.
Was that your
the
first
one.
commercial, Jaidyn?
No, that wasn't the first one, but it was one of the ones that we had done together.
No.
Yeah.
Let's act like she's not in the room. What's your real favorite commercial?
Ooh,
That's it.
That's the
I
list.
swear,
Okay.
yeah.
the lies you tell.
I had some fun ones. You know what? I would say my favorite to film. It was and it's so crazy because I don't even think my part even stayed in it. They flew me out to Costa Rica for like a week.
Man.
Wow.
For a Marriott commercial.
Wow.
But it was like Bon Voy, whatever. And I was out there, and I promise you, I was out there for a week. I worked collectively maybe 40 minutes that entire trip.
Wow.
And it's 40 minutes. I was like, this is a free vacation.
Literally.
It was dope. So that was like my most fun to film. But
That's dope.
yeah, but I had like Super Bowl spots,
Do you need
TV
security?
shows. I can always use look right here.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
You ain't
I
saying
ain't
nobody gonna
necessarily
mess
want to
with
be
me.
security, but I want to come. I could be like,
I'm trying to work.
I can work.
Trying to work.
you're not safe
Yeah.
for art though. So
Oh, damn.
Yeah, I know.
Dang.
I don't know about that.
Preoccupied.
Art
From
gets
protecting
distracted
me?
real easy.
Real easy.
Let one Costa Rican woman walk past, you up for grabs.
Like, hey man, these people touching me. He's like, hey, they touching me too. Like you supposed to be working here, man.
And they said don't hire you, Art.
Hey man, that's all good.
This is light. It's gonna progress. Jaidyn, what's your favorite commercial that you shot?
That's really hard. I'm trying to remember them. I don't really. Oh, I do remember we did like this. Me and my dad did this one commercial, and it was like the 6-pack of like Bible, like books for kids.
Oh yeah, I remember.
And
that.
I kind of remember that, and I remember there
That's
like
throwback.
other kids being there, and I remember having a blast. So
You were like
That's neat.
4 years old, something like that. That's
Wow.
great.
yeah,
We've done so. We got her in the industry when she was 3.
Okay.
I would come back from audition. She'd be saying my lines, and I'm like, "Yo, she." It was funny. Like I had a tripod, and she was like, "All right, cameras up, pictures, and action." And I'm like, "She gonna be a director." You know what I mean?
So it wasn't-
3 at 3 years old, man.
Because a lot of times, and in the entertainment world, the parents kind of force
Yeah,
their
Nah,
kids
not in this
into it.
case,
Like, you know,
yeah.
you're gonna act. But it seems so like Jaidyn, I've known you for a couple hours, and I am blown away just by how spoken you are, how you talk.
Yeah, she's a natural for
you know,
sure.
yeah, you can own a room real easy. It's like I'm talking to an adult. Like,
I say that all the
Yeah.
time with her. She's 12. I be reminding people. You know, it's funny because I got a lot of peers my age back in LA, and they be like, yeah, my ex, and I was I was like, hold on, she 12. You spilling the tea to a 12-year-old. Right? Hold on, chill out. But it's so funny because you kind of
That's
forget
terrible.
because her maturity
it's
is really
there.
there, and
Yeah,
her ability
definitely.
to, like you said, just kind of fit in the space. It was opposite though, because when she was little, she was always around adults. So she'd be around kids at the playground, just looking at the kids running around. She'd be like, "Why are they getting on the slide? Like, why are they on the swings?" I'm like, yo, they're kids. Be a kid. Like, so I was like, that was my fault for always having her around adults. You know what I mean? But she's always been a natural, man. Always been a natural.
So you did 150 national commercials.
Yep.
The one currently is
I got a couple. So I got a Ross commercial right now. It's Ross, like Dress for Less, kind of like a Marshalls.
Oh, yeah.
TJ Maxx,
Yeah.
something like that.
We got that on board, man.
Yeah, we have one here
So
now.
I got a Ross joint that's running. GMC. Thank God for that commercial, man. It's been running for 2 years. It was a Super Bowl spot. It ran through the NBA Finals. It ran through the Winter
Wow.
Olympics. It was a Super Bowl spot.
like,
that's when I'm like, yeah, we win.
Yeah.
That one is crazy.
So every time, not to be in your business, but
Yeah, get out my pockets, Art.
yeah,
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask. Is it residual setup? Like,
Yeah.
Kinda
So
like-
it is that so is it like sign on bonus, initial payment, and then residual, or do you get to structure your deal?
It's a little bit different. So you can structure your deal depending on where you go. So like I got a homie, he's Jake from State Farm. And that's a different
Okay.
situation because it's
Another.
Did you see
Okay.
that though?
Yeah,
I
another
got a
one.
homie and it's Jake.
Jake from State Farm.
Love it.
Wow.
If you've been living in the hole.
Hey, yo, Jake, I'm on the podcast right now. No, but what's dope about him is we came up together. We were doing commercials, just one-offs and stuff like that.
Got you.
But he got the big one, and that was like, he was the first one in the circle that went crazy. Wow. And it's like spokesperson is different. You structure your deal.
Right.
It's, whatever you want, and they, you negotiate it.
because you're like the face almost of that company.
He's the face completely.
Literally.
No.
He's the
Yeah.
face completely.
everyone knows him for that.
Yeah,
absolutely.
because I know they
Yeah.
were running in the issues with like the progressive girl and
Yeah.
Flo. Yeah, she
Yeah.
was like the
With
face.
Flo, I mean, I don't know this. Don't quote me, but I hear she can only work a certain amount of days per year, and she's on a salary. So imagine getting $10 million, but only working 20 days out of the year.
Man,
Those are the type of deals
Wow.
you can make when you're
Yeah,
at that
when
level
you're the face of
for
a-
so long. You know what I
Wow.
mean? See, me, I'm doing well, but I'm not a spokesperson yet. But because of that, I'm in a union called SAG-AFTRA, and
Yep,
they have
yep.
standards and stuff like that. And now you can negotiate past that. Like, this is my rate. I want double that. I want triple that, whatever. But essentially what happens is you get your day rate to work, and then after that, you get paid every time it airs.
Oh,
But
wow.
you don't know how many times it's going to air.
Right.
So I remember doing a McDonald's spot, And what's crazy is they shot 2 commercials at a time, but they shot a white version and a black version. And I was the lead in the black version, but the white version aired 2,000 times. Mine only aired about 200 times because it was only on BT. It was only on like ESPN when the Warriors was playing. Like, you know, it was just, it was kind of like that. So, but that was a big moment for me because I realized the difference in pay for the same amount of work. We were there at the exact same time.
But since it aired more, they
got paid more. So that's when I started seeing, I was like, yo, they call it general consumer market. So when you're in the general consumer market, like my GMC, shout out to GMC, they're playing on all the stations, all the time. And like I said, you get paid every time it airs. So
did they bless you with a car?
I didn't get the car,
Man,
but
you know,
know,
they could have gave you a whip.
they should have gave me a car.
They should have gave you a
They
whip.
should have gave me that electric one. You know what I'm saying? They got cars. They got enough cars for me.
Cause you was, I want to say you was one of the early ones I knew with a Tesla.
Yeah, bro, the Tesla, bro.
Yeah, you was like early with the Tesla.
That was back in like 2017.
Yeah,
That's crazy. Another flex.
Yeah. I didn't say that. Though. He said it.
They're gonna keep coming.
He said it.
Actually,
No, that's
she
fire.
said
She said it. Was y'all on the wait list for the Tesla?
So the first one I got the new one. So we had one in 2017, like she said, but I sold it and got the newest one, which was a wait. It was a year wait. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
You like
It just kept extending. It was like,
You like the
it's
Tesla?
okay. Yes, I do. It's very convenient. When I was 7, when we first got it, I was still going to regular school. I wasn't homeschooled yet. And it wasn't legal for the car to drive on its own, like drive without a driver, you know what I mean? Like with one person in the car. I was like, man, when it becomes legal, I'm going to be able to like drive myself to school because I'm going to be in the back seat while this robot car is like driving me everywhere.
You drive by yourself now, though.
You brought up a good point. I was gonna ask that.
Yeah.
Like, what is so now you're a TV star? School. Like, I always wanted to know how celebrities went to school, like publicly.
Yeah.
And being on TV and your peers seeing you, but it's like they're watching you on TV. How is that?
It's complicated. It depends on the person, really. For me, leaving public school wasn't because of like me getting on shows and stuff like that. It was just for convenience because I would go on set and I would go back to the school that I was at and I would bring a permission slip or like a school slip from my set teacher saying that I did school that day, and my teacher would still be mad. So it was kind of like I was getting tardiness slips and like all this stuff that was kind of affecting like my grade and my stance at school. And it was dumb really because they had the permission slip. They had everything that they needed.
She was in school the whole day, but they were like, oh, you weren't in our school. And it's like...
And
that's petty.
It was like the whole like pay because like for the teachers if the student is in class and like all this stuff. So it still didn't count as school. So like leaving public school was so much easier for me.
So she mentioned set. So for those that don't know, and I should have said this before, Jaidyn is on the iCarly reboot. That's on Paramount Plus, a recurring. Like a star recurring role
series
on that.
Regular,
Series regular. So, you know, let's
let's give her a round of applause.
Absolutely.
It's crazy because my daughter really, like, I think she was kind of, this may have been her first real star encounter.
Oh, really?
So I'm telling her, like, hey, like, we going to ride with me today. And I didn't tell her what was going on. But my wife is doing her hair and she's watching the show. And I'm sitting there like, well, that's what we going to meet today. And she looking at me like, you fool. We're not going to see her today.
Okay.
And when she got here, I think she was like, she was kind of bugging out a little bit. I'm cool with that again.
That's dope, though, man.
In the studio, she ran out. When she got there, she's like, oh, there she goes. And she took off.
She was flipping out, though. The character's name is...
Millicent.
There's another character on there, but yeah, she was like, she just kept saying the character, and I'm like, I don't know the character name, but I know, like, we're going to see her today, and she was... It's probably made her day for sure.
That's so dope to me.
So sweet.
It's so dope. So with like going back to her, you know, going through school and stuff. One thing I always wanted them to be is grounded and know where they came from, and you know, just humble beginnings. Because Jaidyn was born here and she saw the journey. You know, she was at our first apartment in Hollywood as we was grinding, trying to pay rent. But Jordan, my 5 years old.
Oh my
But
god.
she living in a
5-year-old.
different
Oh
world.
my
She don't
gosh.
know what's
She
going on.
live in a whole different world because all she knows is Tesla. All she knows is, our beautiful dream house that we have and her sisters on TV
Right.
and, Kids' Choice Awards and me and other celebrities. And it's just normal to her. But what's dope is you want it to be normal because you want her to know anything's possible.
Right.
But you also want to be like, we could lose this. We had to earn it. And we got to keep it. And it's a blessing. And God has blessed us with this
Right.
opportunity. You know what I
That's
mean?
right.
Right.
But it's funny though because when Jordan meets other celebrities, it just be like regular. She's like, oh, hi.
Regular encounter.
This is Usher. What do you? This is Usher. Okay.
So just
Right.
flex for us a little bit. Who are some of the celebrities you
Because
met?
we want to know.
Recently, I met Halle Bailey,
Oh wow.
Okay, how was that?
Little Mermaid. She was so sweet. I met her on the orange carpet at the Kids' Choice Awards, and my entire fit was like based off of her. Like everything that I did was for the Ariel movie. So like I had faux locks, I had a dress that was kind of like water tones and everything. And when I saw her, I like told her everything about like my dress and how it was
Yeah.
picked out just for the movie. And she was like,
Yeah.
"That's awesome." And she was the sweetest thing. She took a picture with me.
That's
Yeah.
sweet.
Dope.
She was
That's
dope.
super dope.
Especially before the Little Mermaid thing, I was like, yo, that's
That's fine.
That's
Ariel.
still
Yeah.
like
That's
That's Ariel.
That's black. Look, that's black
Ariel.
Ariel. Let's go.
Listen.
That's big.
Major
This
flag.
this is for me, but you met Young Miami.
Oh my God, you thirsty little.
Thirsty. That's
Oh
what
my
they
God,
call them.
super.
Thirsty. Thirsty.
I just want to know.
Super.
I just want to know. I'm trying to
Okay.
think.
Nah, I haven't.
Look, little baby, but you ain't gonna
Lil
be
Baby.
excited about
Yeah,
little
this
baby.
is good.
Yeah.
Nah.
Kelly Rowland.
Unless you
Kelly
like
Rowland.
that.
Okay.
She's
All right,
not
I like
putting the word
Kelly.
in for you. It's not happening.
all.
It's not
Okay,
happening.
so turn the happy
Young
thing
Miami
down
is
some.
nah.
Yes.
I met Kelly Rowland too.
Yeah,
She was nice.
She was
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Ixnay on
no.
the
You don't care about that
He's trying
either.
to-
Wow.
Yeah, he's crazy. He's crazy.
Wow.
He said, nah,
We
I
like
don't care.
him. We
I
like
don't
him a
care
little
about
more
that.
ratchet.
Yeah.
You wanna know who I met?
Yeah.
That was so dope because I met through Jaden. It was always like,
Wow,
yo,
that's dope.
it was like, yo, Young Miami. I met J-Lo, bro.
You met J-Lo?
Look at her.
Because of
Sad.
Jaden.
Did you see me? It's got
Stand
goosebumps.
out.
Listen,
Do you have a picture?
you had goosebumps. Yeah, I got a picture. Come on. Come on.
Hey.
Nice.
Hey,
She was
calm
in a
down.
music video.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, so
That's how I felt
He
though.
hugged J-Lo.
I did.
Have some
So
class.
Yeah.
Cardi B and
He said have some
J-Lo did a
class.
song called Dinero, and they did like this kid part of it to where they had the younger version of Cardi, J-Lo, and DJ Khaled, and I was the young Cardi, but they ended up cutting it out of the music video, but I still got to meet her.
Yeah.
And I took home some like sparkly shoes.
And you
I
still got
remember.
paid too.
I still got paid. Listen.
But now I met J-Lo. I was like, thank you. Now, you know what's crazy? I kind of scarred. I was like, this was supposed to be my wife. And she was like, wait, what? I was like, yeah, this is supposed to be your mom. She was like, huh? She was little. She was like 5. She was like, huh? I was like, I'm kidding.
That is hilarious.
How was it?
So,
It was dope.
Just for my knowledge.
J-Lo was
Okay.
dope, man. What's really cool about it is she was dancing, doing choreography, just like those young 20-year-old dancers next to
Wow.
her. And she was not missing a beat, bro.
That's dope.
And she's like, she was almost 48, 50 at that time.
Yeah.
Right around the time, yeah.
That's godmom
Killing
right
it.
there.
for real.
Killing it.
Have you met like and we're gonna go into more of your journey, but have you met like growing up you got like girls who you might who you like that was like mine was like Kyla Pratt.
Oh yeah,
You know
Kyla
what
Pratt
I
was
mean?
one of the ones. Yeah,
People like Topanga,
Yeah.
different ones like that.
Yeah.
So have you met?
I met Kyla Pratt and Topanga, and both of them was on my list when I was little.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of who
Dang,
it
you
was.
met Kyla
Yeah.
Pratt, huh?
Kyla Pratt, yeah.
Man.
Dang, he foaming at the mouth over there.
Yes, man.
Tell me more. Really? That's crazy.
What's up with the security
Details.
position? Like, what's up, man?
Man,
What's up?
You know the one that got me though is Ashley Banks, bro.
Ashley.
Tatiana Ali.
Tatiana Ali.
So when I first moved to LA, I was doing magic on Hollywood Boulevard. That's how I was
Yeah.
paying bills. I didn't really know how to get in the industry, and I was like, I ain't getting no real job, so I was slanging up magic on the boulevard. And Tatiana Ali, she came to the boulevard like, oh my God, do you know where a store is? I'm like, no, all the stores are closed. I was like, well, what's going on? You okay? She was like, I'm trying to go to the Magic Castle, but it's a dress code for the Magic Castle, and it's like a block away. And I was like, if you go, I kind of directed her, but I was like, I just met. And I was like, can I get a picture with you? She was like, Yeah, she was so cool. Like even
That's
though she was
dope.
rushing, she was
Yeah.
stressed out. She still took a picture with me, and I was like, "That's Ashley Banks, right
Yeah.
there." But that's before I started doing my thing. and
So
stuff.
great that you mentioned that you did magic. So your journey started with doing everything. Like I'm talking about singing. You were doing. You are a magician.
Yeah.
You were doing magic at the mall. You had a whole stand of it.
Yeah,
So did you get most talented into your school?
I did.
He did.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. He
I
did.
did.
Yeah, you had to because like you all. So did you always know you wanted to be in the industry?
I always knew entertainment.
Entertainment.
I was singing since I was like 2 back in church. I was acting and doing plays and writing stuff, making people laugh. And, that was just, I was honestly recording my own music. I used to make beats on the Triton and the Korg, the MPC. And I was like 10, 11 years old doing that in the studio. So I always knew I wanted it, but I was setting goals for myself. Like, at that time, Bow Wow was coming up, Lil Sammy, Lil Lloyd, all of them cats. So I was like, yo, I'm going to be famous before I'm 16. I wanted to be in B2K so bad, bro. And I'm so glad,
Thank God
like,
you
God
dodged that
protected me.
bullet.
God protected me.
He
You know
definitely
what I'm
did,
saying? But,
boy, oh boy.
but then facts.
I just seen Raspy
Orlando.
in Orlando. I
Yo,
was
they
like,
wild.
what is going on?
Shout out to
a little
Lemmy
different.
and Zeus, but they be having some crazy stuff on
Man,
Zeus, bro. Man.
Hey, listen, you end up in there, I'm coming to get you. Come on. Come on, it's time to come back home.
We got
Yeah,
young
you
sound
right by
native
your
Joshua
collar.
Triplett on a Zeus show.
Come on. I'm coming to get him.
I'm gonna be scared.
Coming back home, man.
Y'all know I ain't gonna say that now. Let me say that. It's recorded. Let me not say that.
Yeah.
So like you seeing your daughter follow directly in your footsteps. How was that been?
It was direct, but now it's like on the side and kind of low key in front sometimes too. So I'd be like, yo, chill out, man. I'm the daddy.
Yeah.
But it was behind, but that's honestly how it's supposed to be. You know what I mean?
Right.
I feel like I went through all of my stress and my journey and my failures to be able to tell her to do it the right way. And not just tell her, but lead her, guide her, protect her along this journey. So
That's dope. Do you listen to him?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
she don't be wanting to. She listens with acting, like, because I'm her coach. She'll listen with
It
that.
depends, really,
But
on what it's for.
yeah,
Like,
I know that
with-
gotta be kind of hard.
with singing
'cause-
and acting for sure. Like he coaches
Yeah.
me on set and stuff. Like on rehearsal days, he comes to set, and that's when he'll like adjust my lines and the way, like
Yeah.
even blocking and stuff like that. Like he helps a lot. So I do listen to that because my acting and my performance is always better.
that's new though, because
Mm-hmm.
what she used to say, she'd be like, "Dad, you're not the director." I'm like, I know I'm not the director, but
Yeah.
the director is looking at all of this, and I'm only looking at you. So you have to understand that I'm here for you.
Mm-hmm.
Your mom
That's
is here
dope.
for you. She's looking at, oh, your braid is out of place. She's gonna be the one. The director's not gonna see that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Right.
Got it.
So I was like, you have to know that we're hyper focused on you and you only. You're our only priority
Right.
for everything you do.
Right.
And that's kind of when she started, falling into it.
Yeah,
a little
I
bit
know
more.
it could be tough, like, because at the end of the day, she's still going to be a teenager.
Yeah, it's a
You're
kid,
still a
yeah.
parent, and we all been there. Like, your mom, you don't know. You don't know what
Yeah.
you're talking
Man.
about.
But it's also a creative though, because imagine you telling another artist what to do.
Yeah.
That's kind of and I try not to fall and break that line too often. Like in the actor community, another actor does not give another actor notes. You know what I mean? So even if you need something, like if I need something more from this scene, I can't be like, yo, do this next time.
Right.
Or say your line like this. That's a
Well, I feel like
absolutely
if
no.
you build that rapport with somebody, like even on iCarly, like me and Nathan, like Nathan will, he's like, oh, I think it'll be funnier because we have like, sometimes we have jokes that bounce off of each
Yeah,
other. So
absolutely.
he'll be like, I think it'll be funnier if you say it like this, and I'll adjust my line so that we can collaborate
Yeah.
with this joke. So I think that it had, I don't know, I think that you can do it to some extent.
It's a
with the
respect
people-
level. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
With the people that, you know, and people that you respect as well.
Yeah, and he's a director as well, so
Right.
he knows how to do it without it being disrespectful.
Are all the parents on set? I never been on a.
I'm the only kid on the show, so I mean,
It's a
I
grown-up
thought the
show.
rest of them was kids.
No,
They
it's
just look
a
like
grown-up
kids.
show now. Yeah.
is right.
So it used to be
They
kids.
cussed on there. I think I heard.
oh yeah,
We had to turn it
oh
off.
yeah.
They be doing more than cussing.
They
We had
do
to.
a lot more than
Yeah, we had to turn it off today because we forgot. I was like, oh, this
He's like,
is
Bean,
this is
Bean,
a,
hold
yeah,
up,
Bean.
earmuff.
Right, earmuffs.
No, literally.
Yeah, they cussed today.
Well,
I
I
forgot.
just wanted you to know when you were before everybody came, when you're in the bathroom, you know, I'm uncle, so I was playing music, and I was like, oh, let me turn this off. They cussing, and they was like, Dad plays cuss music all the time.
Hey, put you on the spot.
I was like, nah. I'm not going for it. He's not gonna come in here yelling at me like.
I mean, my dad.
I
played
still
that.
turn it off. Jaden got a 2 cuss word limit. As soon as I hear the second cuss word, I'm like,
Yeah, I
Still
did
make
have
me
to turn the
off
killer
my,
mic.
like explicit, like the filter on Spotify and stuff like that. They still make me turn that on, so I can't even listen.
You
to
are
2 bad
12.
words.
Yeah,
Like, hey,
you're
listen,
12.
listen.
You're 12.
I get it that we can have a good conversation, but you're still 12.
Yeah,
12.
it's
no.
normal.
12.
I have an almost 12-year-old, and she's
Yeah.
still under restrictions.
Yep,
So
this is gonna stand a
she
restriction.
be on my head
Hey, listen.
about it. Mom, I'm almost 12. You can take it off.
You
No,
make-
I can't.
You know, you make it more than I do, but you're still 12.
12.
So let me ask you this, Jada.
Hold on, she got an extra laugh over here.
That is funny. Yeah.
She do. Like, you
is
can't turn
funny.
on nothing and see me but YouTube and the views we got, you know. So let me ask you this. What's the hardest part of being an actress? Like, you know, being, because you're still a kid, but you got some, you know, you have a big role and big shoes to fill. So like, what's the hardest part? Is it the lines? Is it?
I think that it's not the lines part because I was born like, I don't know why, but I'm like extremely good at memorizing. Like I'm really good with all that stuff. So most of the time I learn my lines and it's like 4 scenes or something more than that, right? Like the night before or in the makeup chair. So I'm really good with lines and stuff like that. I think it's just the overwhelming part when it comes to too many things at once. So I go to school full time and then I'm also on iCarly when I am filming from Monday to Friday. So sometimes it can get overwhelming. So I think the hardest part is the mental health kind of part because like anxiety and all that stuff, it really does play a part.
Yeah, 12. Like I don't even think I ever said mental health until I turned 30.
Until I was close
Until
to
I
this
was
big
30.
age. Yeah.
Like
He said until I was 30.
like I'm trying to think 12-year-old
though.
me, like I'm like can't wait to wrestling come on.
I'm a
like,
Power Ranger.
right, I'm a full-blown
Ball Z.
action figure and she's telling us about that is amazing,
That's
man.
amazing.
That is amazing. Like,
Listen.
but I will say this: all my cousins that lived in California were way ahead of us. Like when they would come back home, we would be like, "Who are y'all? Like what? Like you know what I mean?" So I get. Have you ever seen snow? I wanted to ask you that. You seen snow in person yet?
Like the thing.
Yeah, snow.
Yeah, of
snow?
course.
The thing.
I
All
was
right, I
like,
didn't know
is it a
snow,
show?
snow, real
Like,
snow. No, I mean like the weather, because you know it doesn't snow out there, right?
No,
No.
but I've been in Ohio and New York.
When it was
before
snow,
and stuff,
okay,
yeah.
all right. Because I had cousins out there that I never forget the first time they saw snow. They was losing their mind.
Yeah,
was
she
losing.
loves snow.
I love
She
snow.
still says, and I don't. We'll see after this trip, but
Okay.
she's like, I want to go back to Ohio and live. I'm like, okay. You
Whoa,
wanna-
I said that when I was 6 because I was obsessed with snow.
Nah.
Not 12-year-old you, right? That was 6-year-old.
No, that was
Right.
6 years ago. Thank
Years
you very
ago.
much.
So, Josh, I want to get back more into more things that you have done. We went
Yeah.
over the 150 commercials, but you also been in some great shows. Like
Yeah.
tell you all the time, you got me watching. I just said it, but
The neighborhood.
the neighborhood. You got me
Neighborhood,
watching
yeah.
the neighborhood
I love that role in Neighborhood.
faithfully.
That's one of my
Like,
favorite.
I'm not saying like I casually watch it. Like I have Paramount Plus. The next day, let's go, Cedric.
You got Paramount Plus for that show.
Go, Cedric.
Yeah, for that show.
Yeah, for
No,
real.
Seriously.
Seriously, like
That was so dope to me. That was my first sitcom role.
okay.
Okay.
So sitcom, multicam. You do it in front of a live studio audience a lot of times. Which
Really, I didn't know that.
yeah. So at that time, it was still before COVID, so it was live studio.
How many people in the audience?
Maybe about 150.
Wow.
Okay.
Yes. The audience, they'll come out, they'll watch the full filming and run throughs and stuff like that. But getting there, and I'm like, Tashina Arnold. Like, that's
Martin.
Pam.
Pam.
That
Like,
was
that's
crazy.
BDB.
That was
like,
BDB. Come on, BDB.
Come on, man.
But it was so
BDB.
dope because Jaidyn had just did a short film with her daughter the week before.
Yes.
This is how God works, I'm telling you. So Jaidyn booked a role with her daughter to where her daughter was playing a lead role in this. It was her first lead role in a short film. And then next week, I get the opportunity for the neighborhood. So I'm like, look, I'm about to go up in here and Tashina Arnold's going to remember me because I just saw her last week. So I get to the table read. She's like, oh my God, what are you doing here? And it's like, y'all felt like I was at home already. So everybody's like,
That's
who's
dope.
this dude?
That's
Like,
dope. Yeah.
oh, this is, and they explaining it. Cedric the Entertainer was cool. It was some new up and coming actors like Marty and Malcolm on the show.
Okay.
They were new up and coming, but they just all made me feel like I was just like a part of the
dope.
family.
Did they
It was so
already
cool.
have the role at that time?
So, fun fact, Marty, Marcel is his real name. He was the first person that they cast for the entire show. So they cast everyone around him.
Wow.
Even Cedric, everybody they cast around him. So
That's
he
kinda
was the
weird.
first one to get it. And then the guy who plays Malcolm, he auditioned to be the role of Marty, which is so funny, like the other role, the younger son.
okay.
But he was like, I don't think I fit this. But he said he went to the audition, got the call back, and then it was like, we want you to come back in for the other person. Then they offered him the role. So it's just dope
That's
being
awesome.
around those experiences.
You're going to have to FaceTime Uncle Ced. Ced is one of my favorite comedians.
Bro, sad, man.
I'm about to say, how was he on
He's dope.
set? Like, how was Cedric the Entertainer?
So the first couple of times I went to the show, he was always pleasant and real dope, but he had a wall that I respected. It was a wall just like, I'm not going to let you too in because not everyone's deserving of energy.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? And I
I like
respected
that.
that. I respected so much because mental health, but
Yeah.
also sometimes people overgive and they get taken advantage of. But it was always
That's a
like,
fact. That's
I'm
a fact.
professional. I'm here. Welcome to my show. I'm here for you. He gave me certain notes and certain things to look out for. But that third or fourth time, he was like, "Hey, what up?" Like it was just, it was almost like, "All right, you in now?"
Right.
You know, and I felt
That's
I
dope.
loved it, man. And he's really, really cool. Really cool.
Yeah, he did. Man, Cedric is a great
Man.
job on that show.
Yeah.
Everybody on that show does a great job.
Yeah.
Like, I really,
Yeah.
I really like that show. And then Jaidyn, you were on the family reunion show.
Yes.
How was that experience being around? Like, you know,
It was crazy because it was around the same time that he got the neighborhood.
Same week,
so-
I think.
Yeah.
I
so
think we were working the same
I
week.
remember
Wow.
like I had sat down at the dinner table with him and I just like started bawling because I was like, literally God is like putting us in these positions to where like he's blessing us with these awesome opportunities that can get us farther
Yeah.
in our careers. And so getting to go on set and seeing Tia Mowry and
She's cool.
Loretta Devine, oh my
oh
God.
yeah,
Legend.
yeah, legend.
Yeah.
It was insane because I knew who those people were at the time. I knew who Tia Mowry was, but I hadn't watched Sister Sister yet, which I just watched it like probably 2
She
years
binged
ago.
all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched like all the 90s and 2000
She
shows.
binged all of them.
So how was that binge watching that? Knowing because you met her, or you met her on the, then you go back and seen it. How was that? Like?
Yeah. So afterwards, I was like, dang it. Like, I didn't really like know where she was from. I knew that she was like famous and that she was an icon, but I didn't know like exactly where she was from. And then from then on, we would see each other because I made like so many friends, like Jordan James, Isaiah Russell. Like, I made so many other friends on that set. So like seeing her at multiple events, we kind of got close. And then I went to the Sonic 2 premiere. Where I also met Jim Carrey there, which was insane.
That was bro. Ooh,
I was like, it was insane. But Tia was also there with her family, and I went up to her to say hi, and she was like, "Oh, where's Josh?" And
Oh,
my
man.
dad freaked out. He was like,
I was like, she knew my name.
She knew my name?
I know she follows us on Instagram and she likes stuff and we're cool like that. But she asked for me by name.
That's dope.
Wow.
yeah.
But she's really, really nice.
That was
really
crazy.
nice.
That's dope.
And
That's
super
dope.
talented, man. She's been really killing it. Shout out
With
to
the
Tia.
cooking and like everything
Yeah,
like
she's-
that. I'm hoping because I had started like a cooking series on our family YouTube channel, Triplet Family Network. And I'm hoping since she's like doing the cooking shows and everything that maybe she can be like a guest on my show.
Oh yeah, that'd be dope.
or
Yeah.
vice versa.
Yeah.
So.
Tia.
I know, right?
Hey, yo,
Go.
Tia.
You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at my schedule. I might be in LA in like a.
I'm gonna try to get out there. I'm gonna try to get out
I
there.
can come be on there. You know?
We can compare schedules. With,
He was
thank
talking
you.
about
Thank you.
his favorite show. I'm gonna be honest with you. Now I've seen them all, but my favorite show was the Beefing in Brentwood, and it was just y'all like little skits, but I used to be in tears, bro. Like they was quick clips, but I was like, this is hilarious, especially when y'all would like fight and then like. Somebody will fly, like, bro. I used to be like, bro,
you kind of got away from that a little bit.
Those were genius, though.
Because you were around Vine, right?
Yeah, so I got to Vine late.
Vine.
I got to Vine late, but when I started it, it was really crazy because King Batch, he was like the king.
Right.
People used to always say I look like him, so I did this. I did this one video to where I was here in Youngstown, and I was like, yo, I'm about to do a backflip. I was at the trampoline jump thing. I was like, I'm about to do a backflip, and I want y'all to say, oh, that backflip though, like King Batch. So that one went viral, and then he retweeted it or like revined it.
Yeah.
So then I started getting popular on Vine. But then we became cool and like, started doing Instagram and stuff like that. But like Beef from Brentwood kind of came out of nowhere. The dude who created it, he already had a couple videos and they were like 15-second episodes. And I was like, bro, let me be a producer on this. I can make this go crazy.
Yeah.
It was genius. And it was perfect timing.
It was perfect timing, bro.
Because this is before
crazy.
This is right when like Ha Davis was trying to turn the corner.
Oh yeah,
Desi and them was just everybody was fresh on the quick comedy videos.
Yeah. Which is crazy because I met Desi during that time we worked together.
What's the other lady the that be wearing the wigs? The dude that be on there, is it Quay?
Blame it on Quay. Quaylon Rogers. He's dope. But that's the thing is like we worked with all these people. When we were doing it, because I was the connector. I was like, I know Marlon Webb, I know Quay, I know all these people. Let's bring them on a show, and that's kind of what made it take off.
Would you get back into that? Like,
so we actually have 30 episodes that's already filmed that's not released. But the dude who created it, he's an editor, and the editing is like that's kind of the whole show.
Part,
So either he doesn't feel like doing them, or he's like on his other thing. But it's one of those things like it's there whenever it's ready.
Do you guys like ever? Cause I'm starting to see more and more of the creators getting in the same movies and kind of doing, you know what I'm saying, that kind of thing. Yeah. And you got these relationships with them already. Is there ever talks of like doing stuff like that?
On a producer level, on a producer level, yeah. So I'm a producer as well. I produce a web series called Black Coffee on Funny or Die. And they actually came at us for Beef from Brentwood, believe it or not. And we were like, we don't want to sell this, but we have some other ideas. So George Corey, shout out to him. He's the creator of Black Coffee. I became a producer, and I really just put all of it together with the team. And, I was from the writer side, the editor, I was a star of it. I did some editing as well. So from that side of things, on a producer, it's like, hey, let's pull our money together. Let's produce. Let's get certain people in it and stuff like that. Let's create. That's what we do.
Yeah. That's dope, man. That's dope. And we played it on the radio, but Jaidyn, you also.
Excuse me.
I know.
Do not disturb. Get on there.
I'm sorry.
Do not disturb. Man.
You're also in the music like your father.
Yeah.
Was in the music. So what is your favorite?
Between what?
Acting, music.
It's really hard. I really do enjoy music. But I feel like I've been interested in music as long as I have been acting. Like I've been singing because I've been influenced by my dad since I can't even remember how old. And I've been like writing songs. Like I would just hum melodies, or I would come up with like lyrics, and I would record it in voice memos on like my iPad. And so I've been doing it for so long, and so I've been doing acting as well for that same amount of time. So it's kind of equal. With both, I can express my creativity. I can write on the songs. I can do improv on the shows. It's kind of like a mixture of both that really makes me happy.
So you do some improv on the shows?
Yeah. They're really open with like adding your own lines or doing your own thing. Because we're like a bunch of comedians. So we just add what we think will benefit our character, our storyline, our growth as people on the show. So being able to have that creative space and do that was really fun.
So you guys won the Kid Choice Award in 2022, correct?
Yes.
How was that going on stage, and then just looking out, I'm sure it was a lot of people there.
Man,
A lot of important people there as well.
When I had walked on stage after they had said iCarly, like when I walked on stage, I don't remember much of that. I just remember how fast my heart was beating. And I remember seeing, I forgot who it was, but it was someone that I really looked up to from watching TV as a little kid, and I remember seeing them in the crowd and like looking up and like blacking out for a minute. It was such a crazy experience, but probably one of the best nights of my life.
Everybody was there though, man. Like Simon
everybody.
Cowell was there.
Oh man.
Yeah, I was sitting right next to them.
Yeah, Terry Crews, which they worked together on the Slime Cup event.
Yeah.
So we had just worked with him.
Terry's
so he
sweet.
was cool. But like all these different, like Mr. Beast, Charlie Puth. What's the rapper you really like that was performing? Jack Harlow.
Jack
He
Harlow.
performed. She was going crazy.
Did you just
She just died.
Jack Harlow?
Don't even get me started with Jack
I think
Harlow.
we lost her. I think we lost her.
Don't even get me started with
Wait,
Jack Harlow.
hold on. Is Jack Harlow your Young Miami?
Yes. Now that I think about it,
That's funny.
I'm obsessed with Jack Harlow. I can't.
They're like, who's one person you want to come to iCarly? She's like, Jack Harlow would be cool because
Tyler the Creator would be awesome.
I love
Literally.
Tyler. I love
yeah.
Tyler.
Any one of them.
Man.
You know, I could. You know where I could see you at, man. I could see you on the Dave show.
oh, bro, that's
Yeah.
amazing.
Oh,
show.
yeah.
I can
Easily.
see you on Dave.
Easily.
I'm finishing the
an
last
amazing show.
season, and I'm amazed.
Yo, it's really good writing. It reminds me of a white version of Atlanta. Is what it reminds
Exactly.
me.
It does.
Exactly.
It
But
does.
Atlanta was great, but Dave is also really, really dope writing. It's just smart
like-
comedy, man.
As much as
I think Kevin Hart's a producer on that.
he is.
Oh, I
he
didn't know
is.
that.
No,
Yeah,
he is.
yeah,
He
yeah.
is. Kevin Hart's a producer.
Yep.
As much as I
Everywhere.
like Atlanta, I felt like it just went a little too far for me.
Yeah,
As far as
left.
my my just want to watch TV brain.
Yeah.
And Dave kind of stays.
Yeah,
Just stay
it's
there.
more grounded.
He went a little like, you know, I know it's, I know what month we in.
You can say it.
But it went a little too wild on the gay side for
Got
me.
you,
You know,
yeah.
it was just like, all right.
Yeah.
But I love that show, and I can see you on there, man.
I would love to be on there, man.
Seriously. I'm going to call
I'd love
Dave.
to.
I got
Hit him up. Hit him, little Dicky. What up?
Let me hit little Dicky up.
I remember when that Earth music video dropped. I was obsessed with that song.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember he first came out with
He
that, like
first,
the viral.
I remember
Yeah,
that.
man.
And he got so, on the show, he makes so much good music that he don't even put out yet.
Right.
But I
Yeah.
did hear that he is going to do a soundtrack to that show. And I think it's
dope.
gonna, the music be amazing.
He also did Freaky Friday. I forgot about that
With
with
Chris
Chris
Brown.
Brown.
That was-
That went
Chris
nuts.
Breezy.
That was one of the
Yeah.
best
Man.
music videos
Yeah.
I ever
Definitely.
seen.
That was
Yeah,
dope.
that was crazy.
Dope.
Crazy
That was
music.
dope.
So, what are some goals for you guys? Have you done a movie?
Not so I have. It was independent. I was a lead role. It's called Love or Laughs.
Okay.
It was on Tubi for a little bit and like Amazon or something like that. But like a theatrical release, not yet. And I'm excited to do that for when that comes. But Jaidyn just did a feature film. That's actually why we're here.
Right.
She just
Yeah.
wrapped up her lead role.
Yes, Venus Price. That was really awesome. We were filming for 2 weeks in like Columbus in the Norwalk area.
Okay.
That was really cool because Norwalk is very, it's very in the fields. It's very like
It's super
it was,
country.
Yeah.
So that's a horror movie, correct?
Yes, it is a horror movie.
So, do you get scared? Or you
On
know,
set, like,
it's
how do-
on
yeah,
set?
how is that?
I'm not good with jump scares, but I do really love horror movies like Scream. I do want to rewatch 47 Meters Down. That's not really a horror; it is a thriller. But I do really like being scared.
How is it on set though? Like when y'all are acting the scenes, or like, are y'all scared, or is it lit up, or is it dark on set?
Well, there's lights everywhere. There's a camera following you. You know the script. You know how everything's gonna go. So it's really
Okay.
hard to act scared because you know everything that's leading up to the moment where
Okay.
you have to act it. But I think that like I really had to get in the moment and like embrace my more dramatic side.
So would you say it's more acting when you have to be in a scared role?
Yeah,
It's like you got to really like dig down and like, all right,
absolutely.
because
Yeah.
you can't really just naturally be like,
Right. Like,
It's
oh, I
not-
got grabbed. What a surprise.
Man, that's why for me coaching her, it was just her being present in the moment. It's like, what would this person be doing they don't know the script. This person doesn't know there's a camera. There is no camera.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So just kind of reminding her of those moments to really, especially because you're dealing with ghosts as well, like in this particular movie. So a lot of it is pretending that something's there because it's gonna happen in post even. You know
We
what I'm saying?
actually
That's
filmed.
tough.
We filmed on an actual, like, the first house at least that we filmed at was actually haunted. So it was a bit scary because we filmed in a basement as well. So I was like, because I do believe in the paranormal, me personally, and I'm horrified of anything that has to do with it. So.
I would have been like, you got a stunt double?
Right, like someone that looks like me.
I don't do scary movies because, like, I watch it by myself, but you know, I don't do a date on the scary movie.
Oh yeah.
Because
the person about to murder you.
Yeah, you sit next to her and I jump. Now,
Right. The popcorn.
Yeah, like, really? So you scared? Okay.
Protect me.
Then she get to talking to you all different. You know what I mean? Like,
You want to play a game? Like,
That is crazy.
yeah, we stick to count.
I think the visual that keep coming to my head though is seeing all the lights. Like I keep thinking of like them filming Jeepers Creepers, but the picture of all the lights behind them while the scary stuff is happening. Like I need to see that.
Yeah.
I want to see what that looks
It's
like.
actually dope to do to see in person because like they create atmosphere with like fog machines and you got lights peering through to create the space. What really sells horror films though, in my opinion, is the music. So the person that working on the score is one of the director's favorite composers. So that's going to be, in my opinion, one of the really big elements. Is like, how do you make a scary movie scary? It's like the music.
the music.
Yeah.
Because it does heavily rely on the acting, but like the music and the back, that ominous, like,
like, don't go up there. He right around the corner. You're like, dang.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but it was really fun watching her and her experience, her first big feature film, man.
That's dope.
Really
That's
dope.
dope.
Outside
That's
of the
dope.
comedy and TV.
Do you still do auditions and things?
Absolutely. I actually got one due right now. My manager don't know. He sent it over. It's for a TV show role. But I still get them, which kind of brings me to my point of I was telling you about. So I have a 7-week program teaching people how to become a residual actor. It's called The Residual Actor. And it's step by step my blueprint on how I did it. Okay. And I know it works because I was able to, reduplicate it with my daughter. And then I always tell people, it's like my wife is even, been in commercials and she doesn't even want to be an actor. She's never been to an acting class. Right. Jaidyn was never in an acting class before she got stuff. So it's like, it's not a matter of learning how to act, but it's about knowing the business of how to get in and book the roles, where to go, what to do. And I drop every secret. Like some people who went over my program was like, I don't know if you should be releasing everything. I was like, I'm giving everything. I want to give back and really just have, and this worked for me. So I know it's going to work. You know what I'm saying? And it's very, very detailed in that way.
Is it available right now?
So it's going to launch sometime in the summer. All the program is already done. I want to do a launch, do pre-orders and stuff like that, and really market it the right way. It's specifically for commercials, though, commercial acting. But it brings me to my point of you asking me about my audition. It's self-tape industry right now, meaning like they say, hey, I got this audition on BET's, whatever, and send this in. You send your audition in. The casting director checks it out. If they like it, they'll book you. And it used to be you have to go in, you got to live in LA. You got to go to the callback and live in LA. But now it's like you can be anywhere and send self-tape. So I'm in Youngstown about to do an audition back in LA and still be considered for this TV show while I'm out here doing it.
Even for iCarly, like the entire process was all self-tape because it was during COVID. So it was like mid, like the heavy part of COVID where everything was like isolation, no social, all that stuff. So everything was, you film yourself on a white blank wall and you send it in and, hopes
Zoom.
and prayers.
Did you film any of iCarly during COVID?
Yeah, everything.
How difficult was that?
It was, I think that the cast and the production and everyone tried to make it as good as it could be. Seeing the circumstances with masks and everything, but the whole 2 seasons, or the first season, we did not have any COVID scares. Like nobody had COVID. We made it through the entire season with no sickness.
dope.
So we were very, very responsible, and we still managed to have fun.
That's dope. That's dope.
I just feel bad because she never experienced a show or cast pre-COVID in that way, you know, and it kind of changes things because before COVID is like more families, like more hanging out.
Yeah.
Some people, we didn't see their faces until season 3. Like some people in the cast or the crew.
Oh, that's what you look like.
Right. And it's like, or you think you know what they look like from here up and you see them like, dang, my brain did not think you look like that.
They don't wear masks now, do they?
So you still have to wear masks, but
yeah.
no more testing. Like first and second season, we had to get tested Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Had to be
Some
vaccinated.
shows had to test every day, multiple times a day.
Yeah.
Because like we were in season 1, the only show on the Paramount lot that
The
was
entire
still
lot.
going.
Yep.
Because
Everybody
everyone else was, you know, they got sick, had a COVID
Had to shut
scare,
down
had
for
to
2
shut
weeks.
down for 2
Yeah.
weeks because that's how long the time period was. So everyone on set was really proud of that. But we did hang out outside of set, of course, you know, being safe and having caution and stuff like that, because we went to Disneyland in 2021, me, Miranda, and Lacey. So we did find ways to hang out and have fun as like that cast family, but we still, you know, had to be safe and everything.
That's dope. That's dope. So you definitely got to tap in when you launch, so we can.
Absolutely,
Definitely.
man.
You know
Yeah,
what I mean? So
absolutely.
we can talk about it on here
Yeah.
and kind of promote it.
Because I know you have a kids program,
Yes.
and
Yes.
stuff like that.
That would be dope,
It's good, and this one is for all ages. I am going to craft something specifically for kids, so the parents can read, and it's essentially the blueprint I did with my daughter. You know what I mean? It's like it's a different angle, but this one is like for anybody. Like I'm like, Ma, you can be in commercials. Like, shit, you can be.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, you can be in commercials, bro, and it's so real. Like, I'm not saying this to blow smoke. It's like everybody can do it because they always want real people. They don't want actors.
Right.
I've actually not gotten roles because they were like, you look too much like an actor. You know, you look too put together sometimes. It's like, dang, you know, so I got to take pictures with my scruff or I'm not lined up or stuff like that just so I look like an average person you found on the street. So with that being said, it's like there's money in it for people to just be themselves. And it's like the talent and the skill that's necessary is literally just be you. And learn how to take direction, because they're like, all right, go back to this point and walk in and do it again. All right, and it's like, if you can't take direction, you know, but if you can take direction and you can be yourself, my program is going to teach everybody how to do exactly what I'm doing.
Wow.
Where can I want you guys to plug? Like, where can they find you guys, follow you guys?
I'm at Book Jaidyn on everything except TikTok, and you.
She's so bitter about that TikTok. She
I
keeps
am
getting banned.
extremely bitter about that.
Why they banned you?
I made it to like 75K on one of my accounts. I've had so many accounts because I keep getting rebooted and then they take it away.
Why are they doing that?
Yeah,
I'm under
why?
13, and you know, like the
Oh,
whole
yeah,
terms and conditions.
yeah.
Yeah.
They can't take your information if you're under 13.
Wow.
It got crazy because I actually created a family account. I was like, this is a
The
Triplett family account.
Yeah.
Built that thing up to almost 100K. And then it was
Got
like,
it.
who's running this account? I'm like, it's me. There was like, all right, send me your information, confirm. I do that, and they still didn't get account back. I'm like, bro.
Wow.
But I kept building it up. It's like, we get deleted, build it up, delete it. And I'm like, I'm done. So
Listen, I'm turning 13 this year. You can't mess with me anymore.
Don't worry.
Get out of here.
They banned my Snapchat.
Oh, dang.
Hey,
You was
That's
trying to
that
hit up-
crazy?
hit up
That's for
young
different
Miami.
reasons.
Hitting up
Yes,
young
that's for
Miami.
different
That young,
She was
he
like,
a
this
rat.
That is
art
not the
award,
same.
can we?
Get him out of here.
You know, they banned Snapchat go by your phone. I had the things I had to do to get a new Snapchat. Get a whole new Google
If you
I ain't
number.
never heard nobody get banned from Snap.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, you got to be a wild boy. You got to be a real wild boy. to get the ban from Snap.
T-shirts, bro.
Hey, listen. It's a different show.
Try Black Planet, man. Black Planet is
That's still around? Nah.
He was like, is that still around? Let me just MySpace, Black Planet.
Where can they follow the family? You got the YouTube channel?
Yeah, Triplet Family Network on YouTube. We're on all the platforms, well, but on YouTube we post every weekend vlogs, behind the scenes, travel videos, a lot of like original content, short film series, stuff like that.
That's dope.
Triplet Family
I
Network.
remember when I was watching, I think you were in New York for something. It was just YouTube.
I know we
That
went
might
to
have been
Canada.
Vancouver.
Canada.
Yeah.
Yeah. You were
That was
filming.
I'm trying to
fun.
think. She was
That
filming
was like one
C.
of the best trips ever.
Yeah, she was filming a TV show out there.
I went
Jason
to
Momoa
Louisiana.
show is sick. I'm telling you. I know you said you hadn't seen it.
Yeah, I'm gonna
We
check
need
it
to start that.
It's dope.
And also watch iCarly if you haven't.
I'm gonna check out iCarly just because
On
I
Paramount Plus.
I got Paramount Plus and I don't got nothing else to watch on there.
Yeah, start from the beginning, bro. You see how little she was.
I was like
Just 2 years ago.
4'11" in the first season. It was insane. I literally grew every season at least 2 inches.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
I was just
good.
like,
And you got to see it. That's
now I'm
dope.
5'4".
Yeah.
Towering. I'm taller than Lacey. I'm almost as tall as Miranda. Miranda's 5'5".
Wow.
Nathan is like 5'6" at most. That tiny
Don't come
man.
at Nathan. Don't
That
come at
tiny man. Jerry.
have you
Jerry's
got-
like 6'3".
Have you been able to hook up with the because it's another family from here that does the family on YouTube.
Oh, Marco.
The Beverly Halls.
Marco, yeah.
Yeah. I
So
see
I
their clips all
introduced
the
him.
time on YouTube.
We
Okay.
at the Sonic premiere, I think it was.
Yeah.
I introduced them. I was like,
Oh,
"Hey man,
that's
I'm from
dope.
Youngstown. I know you from Warren. We connected."
Mm-hmm.
But we were in Vegas. I hit them up because that's where they actually stay in Vegas.
Oh yeah, they do
And,
stuff. Vegas.
and I was like, let's link up. But they're awesome family, man. I'm so proud of them.
The mom
He
is
was a
so
dope boxer.
aesthetic.
Yeah, she's dope.
Like
Yeah.
I watch her
Yes.
clips, she's like, and now we're gonna put away the Kool-Aid and
She does it so well. It's flawless.
and Marco was like, oh yeah, I like to keep my house clean.
Yeah, he
And he's
always
mopping.
cleaning.
And I'm like, okay.
Marco, come to my house, bro. Come to my house.
No, for real.
Show me how to
Literally.
mop. Show me how to mop, bro. No, I just love it because their content is family oriented.
Yeah.
Nah, I like
Yeah.
that.
It's
Yeah.
clean,
It's
and that's
dope.
kind of it meets our brand. So I was like, we can always collaborate.
Oh, yeah.
No
and
problem.
we're from the
dope.
330. Like
Facts.
you know,
Listen.
Yo.
330.
Yes, sir.
Is anything else you want to say? I know we said we had you guys for an hour.
Well, stay tuned for
Yeah.
Bobstar coming out very soon.
The music
and
video,
the 3
yes.
we crazy.
next coming out. And
When you drop it, we're gonna we're gonna make
Yeah,
a
we'll
video.
definitely send it over to
Yeah.
you,
Send
man.
it over to us. We previewed a little bit on the radio today, so,
Which was dope.
which was super
Yeah,
dope, super dope.
that was
And that was a
great.
world premiere. In
World
Youngstown.
premiere.
In Youngstown,
World
bro.
premiere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exclusive.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for having us, man.
Yeah, we appreciate you guys. I know you guys got to hit the road and get back out of here, but I want to thank both you, Josh and Jaidyn, for stopping by and blessing us today, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah, this has been
Of
dope.
A
This was
pleasure.
dope.
This was
Yeah.
fun.
I'm so-
Been a
This
great
was
day.
dope.
I'm so amazed at your daughter, man. Like,
Yeah.
She be surprising me. I be trying to keep up as a father, man. She's getting older. She's about to be a teenager. She be like, I say something. She's like, Dad, stop. And I'm like, yo, I used to be popular, bro. What you mean?
Tell her, bro.
Right.
These jokes used to fly.
Yeah.
Corny. He be corny.
These jokes used to fly. Okay.
You gotta tell her, bro. You gotta tell her,
gotta let her
Trying
man.
to adapt, bro.
That's what Chip be trying to tell his son when he played for the
Yeah,
Browns.
yeah, like when before I
playing
blew
for the
my
Browns?
knee, before I blew my knee out, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Dang.
Before I blew
Why
the
would
knee
you lie
out,
to him
man.
like
Now don't
that?
do that, man.
Y'all old.
Nah.
That's a
We
fact.
still, it's
They
still
are.
going, man. Oh, Ma, everybody in here.
On that side of the table, they
Yeah,
all
they
over
are.
here.
Oh, yeah.
Nah,
So
y'all do this when y'all get up to.
So
Ooh, my back.
what's up with your youngest? Is she gonna get into the?
Bro, this is you gonna laugh, but I got her agent when she was a couple hours old.
Wow.
She was in
Wow.
Not even joking. This man was
dead
in a
serious.
hospital.
Wow.
yeah.
On his computer making an Instagram.
Yeah.
Wow.
Looking at this man like I gotta get to school.
Does she
Yeah.
seem interested in it?
She loves it, man. So the thing
She's
with her
hilarious.
is she's definitely the funniest in the family. She's hilarious. She's a Taurus like me, so she's very what's the word? She's
Ambitious.
very ambitious, 100% ambitious, but she has to do things a certain way. So she'll do it the perfect way, but it's on her time. So she's not
I
at the
like
point to where
that.
it's like, I'm not about to do this 4 or 5 takes. I'll do it one good time and that's it.
Yeah.
So,
That's all you're getting.
but it's gonna be perfect. And I always say pound for pound, I think, her talent level where Jaidyn was compared to there, I think she's actually surpassed where Jaidyn was. Because she's watching her sister do it in real time.
Right.
She's around all of us, and it's normal. This entire life is normal for her. But she was about 6 months old when she did her first Super Bowl commercial with me.
Wow.
So we did together. So.
Wow. That's
But
dope.
she's been killing
dope.
it. She gonna be a little bro, I can't. She gonna be Bronny. You know what I'm saying? She gonna be like, I'm telling you, she gonna be one of the ones for
That's
sure.
dope.
Yeah.
Got you.
Hey man, well, we appreciate you guys, man. Thank you again for stopping by and keep in contact. You know, when y'all got something going on, we're your plug for the city. You know,
I
we
appreciate that, man.
always push it and support you guys, man.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you.
man.
Thank you.
Thank
and congrats to all of y'all, man. This is
I appreciate
this is major.
This is
awesome.
this is dope.
This is different than when I left, man. This is
this,
Right.
I appreciate that.
this is major. For real. For real.
Long way, man.
Y'all wasn't always running the city, but y'all running the city now. You heard it from me.
Man, we can have a whole lot of talks about that.
It's major, bro. You should be proud, for real.
No, definitely.
man. Thank you,
Congratulations,
Thank you.
both of you. This is
Thank you.
dope. This is dope.
Appreciate it.
Came out the pod with the triplets.
The triplets.
The triplets.
She can't knock the
We out.